Welcome back. This is Aquarium Hacks by Marcus. And today we're going to just talk about a particular sponge filter that I ordered from Amazon. And this is the Max Clean Coarse Sponge Filter. Now, this is supposed to be a good quality sponge filter. And right off the bat, I want to tell you, if you got Amazon Prime, you can get this filter, this 4-inch by 4-inch sponge filter for only $10 sent to you. $9.99 is what I paid for it. And that's pretty good price, especially when it comes to a sponge filter, because many times sponge filters can be quite expensive, especially one this size. And so I want to go over this sponge filter, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and maybe some ways on how you can customize it to fit your needs. But just right off the bat, like I said, it was only $10 shipped to me. The price, number one, is the best that I've seen on the internet for a sponge filter that comes with everything. The quality of the sponge seems to be very good, and so I definitely like that. And now on the website and on this box, it says that this sponge can be for 5 gallons and up. But let me tell you something. This is an awful large sponge, and I'll show you this 5-gallon tank here. This is a 5-gallon tank. Hopefully you can see it well. But this is a 5-gallon tank, and this is this sponge. Now this is on the outside of that 5-gallon tank, and I'll show you the inside here, what it looks like on the inside. And this is the inside of the sponge in a 5-gallon tank. So it's quite huge for a 5-gallon tank. You won't have that much room for decorations. Maybe if you want to put a bed in there, maybe it's great for some shrimp or something like that. But that's pretty big for a 5-gallon tank, and not necessary to have a sponge that big for a 5-gallon tank. I mean, could you put it in a 5-gallon tank? Sure you could, no problem with that. But if you ask me, this sponge filter is better suited for 10 gallons to 40 gallons. And then if you go in like the 4-foot tanks, like 55 to 90 gallons, then you might want to have one of these on each side of a tank. But this could very easily do a well-stocked 40-gallon tank. Because you can use sponge filters as your main filtration if you so desire. And what makes that so good is when you do use them as your main filtration, they are a lot cheaper to run than canister filters or hang on their backs. Of course, you can't do everything with them like you can with a canister or a hang on the back, but they are definitely have their use in the hobby without a shadow of a doubt. Now, just to get into the sponge a little bit, now you get everything with the sponge. You get the uplift tube, you get the base on the bottom, the weigh it down. And so let's explore the inside of it. So we're going to take the tops off, take the uplift tube off, and take the sponge off. By the way, that's a coarse sponge, and it seems to be very good. This is the 4x4. Like I said, it probably is definitely good for something up to 40 gallons for sure. 40-gallon breeder, it would be nice to have one of them in a 40-gallon breeder. And this is the inside of the sponge. Now, this is all good right here because you connect your you connect it to there, and then that connects. You connect your airline tube into to here. But the problem here with this is that you see down here on this second one, there's no place to put your air stone because of this tube that's in the middle. So Caveman Aquatics got a great hack on how to customize this. And so what he just simply does is that he just cuts the bottom here out with some scissors. Just cut the bottom out on both of these. He cuts the bottom out. Okay. You just cut the bottom out right here. And then you run your airline tubing through it and then your air stone. And so there's different ways on how to hack into this. And maybe on my next video, I'll show you exactly the way how I hack this in order for it to work with the air stone. So that's what I don't like about it, is that you cannot automatically put an air stone in it, but you have to actually hack this. You have to actually customize this in order to make it work with the air stone. So that is a huge disadvantage that I don't like. Otherwise, you could just use it, just at its standard pace. Just the way that it's already made. You just simply do like this and do like this, and you connect your airline tube into it. And what that will do, it will still be quite effective. But what that will do is it will blow out, of course, bigger bubbles, big bubbles, you know. The air stone, which is, in my opinion, is more effective, because what the air stone is going to do is draw in water and make finer bubbles and actually make it the pool stronger through your sponge. And so it'll be more effective with an air stone. But like I said, coming right out of the box, there's no way to connect the air stone with this. But here's another little hack and another little trick that you can do if you decided that you did not want to connect an air stone to this. Now, let's take, for instance, you're like, well, I want to run a little chemical in my tank, some carbon or some ammonia or some ammonia zorb or zeolite or something like that, right? Well, if you got large enough carbon, what you could do, and let's just, now this is like zeolite, but what you could do is actually, if you decide not to cut your center piece out, is you can fill your middle piece up with whatever you need to fill it up with. Carbon, zeolite. Now you won't have that much, but you can definitely fill that up. See? And you can fill the bottom up too. I'll just show you here. Just for instance. And you can fill the bottom up as well. Well, let's just say carbon or zeolite or whatever you want to fill it up. So you fill your bottom up. Now you have both of these filled up with your media. Or if you just want to add extra biological media in there, maybe you got some rocks. But it just has to be something large enough where it doesn't fall through these holes. Okay? So you got that all in there. Okay? And so now you connect it all together. You make sure you don't go all the way up to the top so it'll connect back like it's supposed to. Got it all together. And then you just add your sponge. And then you just add your top here. Like I said, you just got to make sure you don't go too far with it, but you add your top so that everything fits snug and good. Add your top, add everything to it, and bam, there you go. Everything is connected. So what's that's going to do? So if you got some extra biological media in there, this can provide extra biological media or extra chemical media. And so what that's going to do is draw in through here, filtering out your water chemically, or with some extra biological media as well. You just have to make sure that your carbon is that big, the bigger carbon, so it doesn't fall through and fall out. And so that can be very effective as well if you decided not to cut your middle pieces out. And so that's what I like about this filter as well, that you can actually add that. See, you can actually add chemical or extra biological in there, which is really neat about this filter. Now, there's another way how you can still add an air stone and still have a little bit of chemical working for you. It won't be very effective, but it can still work. What you could just simply do is cut out, let me show you here. No, this is going to be a longer video for sure. But what you could do is just simply cut out your bottom piece right here, your bottom middle piece. Let me show you here if it comes off. Okay, so you can cut off your bottom right here. Okay, cut off your bottom, and then just leave this top just like it is, and then you can connect an air tube right here. See, because the air tube will fit right in that little center hole. And then you cut this part right here out, this bottom part out, and you put your air stone in there like that and connect everything together. So you can use your air stone right here at the bottom, and then still put a little bit of chemical if you desire to, or extra biological, whatever you need to put in there, in order to make this just really a complete filter. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways to customize this, and that's what I like about this sponge filter in particular. But like I said, what I don't like about it is that you have to go and customize this thing. You have to cut it out in order to use an air stone. You can't use an air stone with it right away. Even though on the website it says you can use an air stone with it, you cannot use an air stone with it unless you customize this and cut out that center piece. And so that's something that I just wanted to share with everybody. about the Max Clean Coarse Sponge Filter. I think it's going to really start getting popular, and I think it's going to be a really good filter, sponge filter in the near future. And so check it out. Check out the price. Look at Caveman Aquatics for how to customize it. And if I decide to customize this myself, I'll come back with another video and show you how I customize it. So keep on hacking and have a great day.